Hello everyone, welcome back to Grimm's Garage, and today on MOTU Monday I have the pleasure of opening and observing the Masters of the Universe Origin Series Snake Mountain, Evil Stronghold of Skeletor. Thankfully to gracious efforts of a local toy finder, mostly die-cast, but he has access to a local Fisher Price store, which is now owned by Mattel. So they stock this stuff, and he sends me photos, and I circle what I want, and he picks them up, and I grab them at our local die-cast show, because any MOTU is really hard to find in my area. The store this is from is about 2 hours away from me. I can't do that, so he slowly gathers things for me, and the artwork on this is beautiful. We got the collector there. When this came out, that was a teaser. That is out now. We've got everybody on here, and to be honest with you, I think I need almost everybody on here. I think on the front, the only one I have is, let's see, Empress. I always want to call her Snake Tila, but Empress, I believe. Everybody else I need. And, I mean, I do have that. I need those guys. I don't even think they're all released yet. But yeah, it's all pretty much the same characters, but physical. The only things I own on the back of this is the Talon Fighter and Point Dread and Stridor. I need everything else. I mean, I have some of these characters. I have some He-Man and Skeletors, but I don't have... No, I don't have those ones. Yeah, so, yeah, beautiful artwork. What else? Oh, yeah, this is top box artwork. Showing off some of the place-up features. Bone Throne, which I think that's an upgrade. Stronghold Dungeon, Bind and Hold Prisoners. I think there's been an upgrade on those shackles. Acid Pit does definitely upgrade. Cool features going on there, too. Secret Tunnel, that was there, but that's been upgraded. Trapdoor. And Coiled Bridge Scale of the Mountain. Yep, that's... The bridge has been altered a bit, but pretty much the same. Striking Snake. That's to be debated. I've heard some things. I think the last one just says it opens and closes for ease of play. And my damaged box, but I'm okay with that because this is an opener. She told me to go ahead and grab it. So I'll be right back. This guy opened up because I don't have room to show that. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are, fully unboxed. Horrible view, sorry, but this is the main piece, and this is what the instructions start off with. So we're going to start off with this side, and then we'll get around to the other side. But basically, we have the shell and a massive pile of parts back there. I don't have enough view to show all the pieces at once, but this is the part of the video most people are going to skip through. It'll be useful for a handful of people. I'm actually going to go through the assembly. Now, there are no stickers to apply here. There are stickers, but they've already been pre-installed. Many on the inside, and you can see there's two eyes there. But no stickers that you have to worry about yourself. It looks like first piece here. It's going to be the top peak, which has been extended. The original stopped there. they've added the extra peak to this set. And with that being said, a lot of these pieces are meant to lock in for good. So after you put this on and the snake, which both are apparently supposed to lock in for good, you're not going to be able to put this thing back in the box. So that's something to consider. Considering whether or not to keep the box or not. I'm still going to keep the box. The box looks sick. And, yeah, not for just collectors' future value, but it just looks beautiful on a shelf. We have this door here. Now, the old one just swung flimsy. This one actually has a couple locking places. That's quite nice. Oh, and by the way, I will admit that I personally did not own a original Snake Mountain ever of my own, whether in childhood or future adult collecting. I never had one. My cousin had one, and a lot of close friends had one. So I did get to play with it a lot, had experienced it, never owned it myself, so this is a delight. Alright, looks like next we're going to put on the bridge. There we go. Two locking places. Right here. You gotta find the right angle for the plates out here. There we go. The bridge itself seems to be the lock-in place mechanism. Now the old one was in two pieces. They had to snap together in the middle. This is just one whole piece. It's a lot more sturdy. Alright, now we've got to put all the railing on. Honestly, looks like boogers to me. There we go. Or it's close to the lake, covered in seaweed. Seaweed or boogers. Go. Those knot railings up. Where are we going next? Oh, I guess that's it. That's it for the outside. We're going to flip it around. Take a look at the inside. It's a little more difficult. Parts behind it. There we go. Okay. That is a new flip down piece there, which is going to be a really cool feature. Reminds me a lot of the Spirits of Grayskull accessory set, which I really want to get for my Castle of Grayskull. Anyway, looks like we're putting on, well, look, obviously, so we got to put our flooring on first. By the way, I'll probably do a better view on that later, but that sticker is the same as the original, but a lot worse. It's like they asked a contemporary artist to do a rendition of the original in watercolors. It's lost a lot of detail. But I guess that's okay because it gets covered up by the new sick Skeletor throne. Plug for the throne is right in front of that photo. So I guess there's some compromise there. Where else are we going? I guess we got another floor piece somewhere over here. Oh. Trapdoor piece. Which way does this go? Go. The trap door in. Flip the floor down. Oh. Next we've got this wolf or bat head, which probably the biggest disappointment in this whole set. The original one, this was a microphone, and you would speak into the back of the head, and it would make the demon face on the front of this spit out your voice in a demon voice. They took all the electronics out of this. So we have a lot of cool upgrades, but the big downgrade was no electronics. But in this day and age, I kind of can understand that with, I mean, you probably have an app on your phone that you can pull up and give yourself a voice changer. It's not a necessary thing for imaginary fun anymore. There we go. What else we got here? Oh, so I'm missing some little pieces that I'm not familiar with because I still have this bag here to open. Seems to be where a lot of the little accessories and parts are. Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, first off, I was looking for the spider. Where does the spider go? All right, spider goes two places, I believe. Yep. He's got a peg here on his butt, so he can stick up on the peg right here by the door. And he sits right up there. Or he's got one on the very end of his abdomen, so that you supposedly plug it in there and use him as a viewing turret. But I don't think, from what I've seen from one set, it does not turn it very well. Can't even get that on there. There we go. Got it plugged down. But from this end of the view, yeah, turning it doesn't really turn the head. It's supposed to, supposedly. I guess you could pretend from this end. I've got a big rubber spider, at least one to play with. I'll stick that up here on its alternate location. I don't know if you can see that up there, right above the door. What we got next? Oh yeah, these guys. These cool rubber guys, which were just, I think they were just part of the stick originally, and now they made little rubber figures. You get to stick on the bottom of the floor. And the most awesome part of it is that the pegs they sit on are the same pegs as the torsos, head and torsos, no, torsos, just the torso, for all the figures. So you could quite literally rip a figure in half and have him looking like he's melting into the goo. Oh, that is a fourth peg. Oh, so there's 4 pegs. The fourth one comes with just a piece of rock on it. But you can apparently move that around. We got 2 creatures in the muck, and we need someone fighting for their life. Sorry, Snake Catcher Ram Man. Oh, but he's up to his waist in filth. That's a cool new feature. That really is. What else was in that bag? Ooh, weapons. So we'll look at that later. Looks like the next thing is put the cage together. Guess that's it. How's it open? Oh, there we go. Opens that side. Right. And the cage is supposed to go in 2 different places on this play side. First off, belongs up here. Which, by the way, the cage itself is a complete addition. Did not exist before. We had the trap door. We didn't have the cage. But we got the trap door up here. Oh, reset that. Where is the trigger for it? Is that it? I thought this was the trigger. Yeah. This is supposedly the trigger. Oh, there we go. Had to free it up. Yep, there we go. It's working perfect now. Alright. Hello, Spike-Or. Oh, if I can get him set up here. Did I pick the wrong guy? Alright. We got Spike-Or up there. Oh, his arm got caught, but yep. Falls into the cage. But then you can take the cage off. Hung up on something. Ah, foolish me. I just brain fart figured it out. Trap door's down. That's holding it up. You're going to have to flip that trap door back up. Slip your cage out. Oh, it fell back down anyway. Figures. And now, you could also store this cage right over here. There's also another slotted area. And now you have a prison within Snake Mountain. It's a little extra feature. What else are we gonna? Guess that's it for this page, other than the ladder much like Castle Grayskull. But also, like the new Origins Castle Grayskull, they have given you holes and slots to help lock in the ladder. Whereas the old set was just good luck, set it there. Other side, what are we looking at? Other side is just attaching the snake and how to play with shit. So there is a weapons rack. Quite cool weapons rack. It and the ladder is an unusual green color. I think it's the same snot color that's on the front. But we did get 3 additional weapons. Some type of spacey looking spear, sword, and a shield on this neon green, which matches Skeletor's skeletal regimen, which I don't have any of. I wish I did. Really do. Oh, snap in pretty nice. Put that here. Oop. What does that want to say? Huh. So I'll just hang that up the back. Weapons rack right here. And by the way, this lever here, just flick up and down. You'll see on the other side that controls the big demon's mouth. Go ahead, grab this snake. Here's our new snake, which is better and worse in different ways. Well, first off, this one's more articulated. The old one was just formed in one way, and it allowed you to swing it towards the door, and that's it. This one, we're going to lock this one in place, and then it has been given 2 points of articulation. It's got this here, and it's got the jaw. But we've lost the swinging in feature, so you can't really do what the classic one had intended. How is this? Trying to figure out which way it's supposed to go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's another one of those permanently locked in parts. I've taken a look at pretty much the whole back. Go back to the front. I will do a handy cam look at everything in the end here. But, turn our snake head around. That looks normal, but you can't swing him in towards the door. The old one allowed you to literally swing in. So if you had a figure standing here, you were pushing him into the door and into the trap. You can't do that with this one. You can articulate it a bit, which is cool, and its jaw. But again, you can't do that classic feature. It is positioned in the right spot for a good visual, but you don't have the actual action. So you're missing that action, and you're missing electronic voice. Which, by the way, here's that jaw, which I can't even reach behind here from there. And you flick that lever up on the back. It just opening the jaw here, which can't even take much. It's more for a spooky speaking feature. Here we have our shackles, which are a huge improvement over the older ones. Were more rigid, so they're brittle. This seems to be a piece that's missing off the old ones quite a bit, and they've also changed to the fact that they're not an open cuff. So in order to get your figure in these cuffs, you have to use the origin line, whereas their hands pop off, so you can insert this around the wrist and put their hands back on. Or it is quite pliable. You may be able to stretch this around most figures' hands in the first place. But there are many pegs, probably hard to see, but there are foot pegs everywhere on this to stand your figures on. Now that's quite nice. This secret entrance tunnel here has been upgraded with this rubbery vine covering. The old one was just an opening, I believe. But yeah, that's gorgeous. So take a quick cut, give you a hands-free look real quick. Here we are taking a hands-free look. Well, I'm sorry, a hands-on look of the better details of this whole set. I've got the Snake Man Infiltrator here, caught up in the shackles. I know the figures I'm using here might not make 100% sense. I'm just using the last 4 figures I had sitting out from my last video, honestly. Beautiful details on this set. Nice upgrades. Empress or Snake Tila sitting there. All the horrible gruesomeness in the background. We got our secret tunnel entrance, which now has this really cool rubbery vines or mold. Of course, we've got our top of our mountain here. There's a mounting peg up here as well. There are mounting pegs all over the set. This door, as previously stated, nicely locks in a couple different places, whereas the old one only swung freely. You have your figure walk through there, possibly go through the trap door. We have our snake here, which, yeah, unfortunately it looks cool, but it doesn't have the swing in and knock 'em over feature that the classic one had. Got our bat head on the top of here, which is just visual now that the electronics have been taken out. Try to flip this guy around. Up here at the peak, the new peak, got the rubber spider that is removable, and also you can put on the bottom of that. Got our trap door with the trap door button right here. Oh, our ladder's falling out. Got a ladder there. Yeah, the sticker's definitely been upgraded with these new rubber guys. Rubber stone. The fact that you can put half a guy on the peg here is super cool. That and the throne and the cage. I kind of feel with this set like they gave us the Spirit of Grayskull set with Grayskull. It's kind of like they gave you the Spirit of Snake Mountain within the set, but at the same time, you're missing electronics. So on this set, it's a fair trade. So I understand where it's an extra add-on for Grayskull, which I still really need that set. Really do. Let's pull a cage out here. Not much to say about the cage. Simple snap together cage. Opens up here fairly easily. Yeah, that throne's pretty sick. I should have pulled out at least my Turtles Grayskull Skeletor. And yeah, that sticker there is a downgrade from the original. It looks like a horrible, like water bled or watercolored version of the original. So, I don't mind the throne is covering it up. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Got our weapons rack here. I'd say this is the only sticker I'd say is not 100% perfectly put. I mean, they did their best. It is all the way touching to the left, and you can see it's riding up slightly on the right. But I think that's because they meant this to be angled. This should have been more in the corner and going more towards the front corner. It would have fit perfectly, or the other way around. But it is what it is. I gotta say thank you for joining me today. Please consider to like and subscribe. You have no idea how much I appreciate you all. And I hope you all have a very good night.